Hey, time passes but something remains the same. Don't think that I'm a philosopher, I just love making videos about pick-me girls. And gladly, or not, they don't plan to disappear, and only more not like other girls start to show up. And what's scary, they started to make whole accounts dedicated to this mindset.
This is just further proof that when a woman is in trouble, when she's in danger, she will look for help. And I dare say that she is hoping that there is a man there to help her instead of a bear. I mean, woman.
Man instead of a bear? Oops, I mean woman. I guess I have a lot in common with a bear. We both like honey and we scare people away. But isn't she a woman too? I mean, I like to joke about anything, but analyzing a little more of her content, you'll understand that it's not humor, it's a woman hating other women.
And let's acknowledge how this man in particular, he was happy to help. But then he got out of there quickly. Super respectful. Because ladies, not every man working out in the gym wants you.
Wait, was that video even about a dating topic? You can never tell, because the creator never mentions the original video to understand the whole situation more. Well, you know, it's easier to make up facts when others won't have proof. And another trick she's doing to bring people on her side is telling the truth and then adding her controversial opinion. Like, this man was happy to help, he was respectful. Agree.
And even if he's single, trust me, he's not thinking that you set this up in order to get his attention.
I saw in this woman's eyes how she tried to seduce this very nice man and she doesn't deserve him. How did we get to this conclusion?
He probably actually already has a woman that he's happy with or annoyed with at home.
I can't believe I really thought she would say a good word towards women. Yeah, he's probably happy in a relationship with her. Did I mention how she farted in the cinema? And that she loves to pick her skin? And that she doesn't have balls? That's so disgusting. I'm not like that. I would never annoy you with my female self. But let's see what else she has to say.
My dad once told me that he loves my mom more than he loves me. And I was like, completely unprompted. I was like, okay, thanks. Okay, cool. Then he was like, well, you know, because your mom gave me you, so of course I love her more. And then I thought about it. And I was like, Mom does not feel that way about you.
I would stand to argue that most men that are in healthy relationships that love their wives absolutely would say the same thing. They love their wives more than their children. But what's really kind of messed up is the last thing that she says. And a lot of women are agreeing in the comments. Women are saying that they 100% love their children more than their husbands.
Again, where can I find those comments to see that a lot of women agree on that? First of all, I think the question itself is very weird. The love between your partner and your child is pretty different. Like, we all have seen toxic boy moms and we know how that love can look like. Let's say it exceeds all social norms. So I think this question is unright and strange in the first place.
This is just another example of how children and women are loved unconditionally, yet men are loved only with conditions.
If we talk about unconditional love and how this creator says no one loves men unconditionally, that can't be true. I believe everyone has at least small conditions to love, like no cheating, lying, or anything else. And don't tell me you've never met a guy who would say, I date only women who can cook, who are slim, and many other conditions. So that works both ways.
And of course, there's exceptions to this. There are some unicorn women that absolutely will love their husbands unconditionally. But the fact that this is a not so common belief is kind of messed up.
There are some unicorn women, don't even know anyone like that. I've never got children and I don't know how it feels. But I think when people decide that they want to have children, they do it out of love for each other, which already says a lot. And can you even imagine your partner asking, who do you love more, me or your child? Just don't make family with such a person. But actually loving your man more than your children is not enough. Some people say you should love your man more than he loves you.
I always say it's so essential that the woman likes a man more than he likes her. Because divorce is in her hands a bit more. Men are relatively passive when it comes to relationships. They are relatively okay with monotony. Women are not like that. If they don't feel love, they don't feel consistency, they don't feel excitement, whatever, their emotions take over their judgment.
There is a life hack on how to understand if your psychologist is a great specialist or not. If they divide the whole world into two categories and say that everyone with this set of organs act this way and everyone with this set of organs do this, I would question the existence of their psychology degree.
But when a man likes a woman more than she likes him, he becomes emasculated. He loses his masculinity to please her. He becomes a people pleaser.
I just feel like you can justify almost any nonsense by saying something about masculinity. Man has to like his boss more than his woman to remind himself how masculine he is. Man has to send 10 PP pics daily to maintain his level of masculinity. And you can't prove that it won't work, because no one would do such a stupid study. To be honest, by the end she says that it's ideal when partners love each other equally. But then why is it essential for women to like men more? Like, make another topic of the video. For example, how to become a popular TikTok psychologist. First rule, act like a pick-me girl creating unpopular opinion videos with which only insecure men would agree. Treat them mean, keep them keen. 100 works. She loves bad boy over nice guy. It's so risky for men in this day and age. Sister is speaking facts. Totally agree. Second rule, isolate yourself from the existence of different opinions. So since women emotions take over their judgment, then why they call for placing women in leading positions isn't that dangerous society. If you actually believe leaders make decisions, you must also believe in Santa. Leaders don't make decisions, it's a secret society. Didn't you hear aliens learn to control our brain with phones? I would prefer believing in Santa than seeing people like her brainwashing others. And the third golden rule, hate all women. I think she's running out of things to say because this is absolutely ridiculous. I completely disagree. People need to stop listening to all these so-called experts. Each relationship is unique. Desperate for attention women need a clingy man. When girls are beautiful, they don't need a fan. Only ugly and poor women disagree with this opinion, so if you say something like this, you're automatically a loser. But I have a husband who loves me. Did you say something? Didn't hear? I hope you feel alright, because videos of those creators stress me out. So before showing you the next TikTok, close your eyes and like this video and subscribe to my channel. That's a real therapy.
For the woman, she needs emotional connection. She needs to like you. You need to be on good terms. You need to compliment her. For the man, in order for him to be nicer to you and be more emotionally connected to you and to make you feel like more attractive, you need to give him sexual intimacy.
I'm starting to understand why this creator makes so many videos about relationship advice. If I lived in the world as she imagines it, where women are social emotional people who need love and men are animals who primarily need intimacy no matter how and with whom, I would love to seek some advice too. What those creators have in common is that they talk about women like they're not women too, like it's some different complicated creatures. But I think the way they speak about women is rather relatable only to them. People are different and unique and don't even try to say otherwise. Even though it's obvious how those creators put down other women, I have to say that their point of view actually humiliates men too. They basically say that all men are simple as bacteria and need only one thing to live. Like they don't have emotions, they don't have romantic feelings, and they need women to survive. I hope you understand why I call these ladies not like other girls. They never say that they do something differently, but the way they offend women and put themselves as if they were in a completely different side of the situation makes them the worst type of pick-me girls spreading their toxic opinions to the masses, which creates pick-me's like this. My girlfriend told me, quote, "Women are horrible human beings. I am a woman and I know. I try to make the difference." Do you guys find it hilarious, or how should one take a statement like this exactly? I think it's quite funny, but sad funny. Isn't that quote going to destroy anything good she prepared to say about herself? And those people will say, I have only guys friends, friendship with girls never works out. Did you try to not call women insignificant creatures? Imagine going to the interview with this attitude. So have you prepared your CV? I don't have one. Why? I mean, I thought you had an interview tomorrow. Of course I do. I'll just tell them that all doctors are horrible human beings and I'm trying to make the difference and the job is mine. But don't worry guys, there is a 1% chance that you're a better person than you think. Even if you're a woman. If you're a female in your 20s or 30s without having taken birth control, breast implants, copper IOD, tattoos, lip filler, buttocks, BBL. Congratulations, you're in the 1% of women who did not fall for societal peer pressure or programming. Flower. Society forces women to take birth control when they have low iron, for example. Don't do it, girl. You don't want to be like others. I understand that sometimes we all might feel like society's opinion pressures us to be prettier, whatever that means. But how did tattoos get on this list? Is there any chance that women might like having a lip filler and tattoos and do it for herself? I'd rather be weird than whatever the hell this is. Well, this time I can't disagree. It's pretty weird to dry your clothes without taking it off. But other than that, when did the normal teenage life become weird? I'm so weird wearing Converse and jeans, right? I guess we all had strange hobbies in our teens. But don't tell me you don't feel relieved that you've changed. And speaking of whatever the hell this is, I mean, what is that really? How does skincare automatically transform you into this woman? Okay, could have been worse. She's a home-cooked meal in the world full of processed microwavables. Oh, that was deep. But is she a chicken nugget among sausages? Is she garlic sauce among ketchup? Is she a bidet among sandpaper? Too many questions. Let's forget about the fact that we are talking about women here. I don't have a problem with being a microwavable, because home-cooked meals are not always something good. You know what I mean if you ever try to make cookies without recipe. It's a true pain. I hate when girls be like, oh my god, it hurts so much. Meanwhile, boys are in pain all day and night and don't let the girl even notice. I am a girl, by the way. Stop with overreacting. Dad? I have to ask you, are you in pain every day of your life? Yes, it's quite painful to live every day with a bear. I mean, your mom. I'm not a guy, so maybe I don't know something about their everyday pain. I'm at that point where I manipulate myself into thinking that this girl meant something different. But I guess it's for guys to see how understanding she is. It's hard for me to get it, seriously. But guys, if you feel pain, go to the doctor, not fishing, okay? I hope we understand each other. I suppose pygmy girls post their brilliant thoughts because they wouldn't survive being not one of the guys.
I actually avoid the girls' bathroom in clubs. I always just like sneak into the men's because there's no line and there's no like drama and annoying like
Wow, that's a crazy thing to say in the interview. I don't know, maybe I use different bathrooms, but what drama are we talking about? I'm not a club person, so maybe I'm missing out some toilet drama, which is sad. You have to know my passion for toilets. But if we talk about school toilets, I'd say it usually works other ways. Drama was always happening in the boys' bathrooms. Someone breaks a door, blows up a toilet, breaks a window. I just think there's no need to spread hate on women's toilets. Just say I'm not a gossip girl, I'm go peace girl. Does anyone else prefer male co-workers? Basically what the title says. I always have bad experiences with female workers. They're mean, backstabbing, and incredibly selfish. Not always, of course, as there are great women out there. Maybe it's just my field of work, but I have never had bad experiences with men. It's always women. It's making me hate my sex more every day. Isn't it a little bit selfish and backstabbing say that you hate all of your co-workers and think that they're all bad people? Just think of it. In almost every team, there exists a person who everyone dislikes, but not every woman. So maybe that could be you who annoys everyone? I'm not making any conclusions, just a suggestion to maybe work on yourself before calling people backstabbing since their birth. And speaking of giving birth, that's another topic you can get bullied about. Women are so extra. Having a baby is not that bad. What? Should I even say that giving birth is a very common fear and a lot of women also get traumatized after giving birth? Before we were talking about emotions, and there you can meet different opinions because you kind of can't prove it. But we all know that giving birth is not the same with sniffing flowers. It's painful, scary, and traumatizing for a lot of women. I did it naturally. 17 hours of labor pushed out in 4 pushes. No stitches, no drugs, no screaming or rolling around all over the place. Maybe a few silent tears during a few contractions. But I had a ruptured Achilles tendon and that was a lot worse than having a baby. I can only say congratulations, you're the lucky one who didn't feel that much pain. But did you know that women's life might end during the childbirth? Do you think they're just dramatic about it? I saw not like other girls telling how much of a better person they are in many ways, but not like this. And I was shocked to find out that she's not the only one. It's okay if you just had a baby and it looks like you just had a baby. You just had a baby. Can't relate. Good for you. I really don't know how to comment on it. The post about looking like you just had a baby after you had a baby is so logical that I didn't know that you can even debate about it. Would you say that you didn't look pregnant when you were pregnant too? I like to suck in my baby, so no one would think that my waist became bigger. It's a biological process, you can't control it. Every time I say how important it is to feel confident without putting other people down. And I will repeat myself as many times as I need if my words would stop at least one person from being toxic. We're all the same and different at the same time. It depends from what perspective you're looking. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm a spell creator and it is really important for me. Bye!